would be the one thing, if you had the opportunity to put into the public consciousness in the United States, that you think people don't understand about the border, that you would like them to understand about the border, that they could take away? What would be the one thing, if there is one thing? Congressman Hurd, why don't we start with you?
I think Beto alluded to it, is that these are safe communities. Laredo is safe. El Paso is safe. Juarez is not the murder capital of the world, right? There are more homicides in Baltimore, Chicago, New Orleans than that, right? Now, there's a drug trafficking problem in central and northern Mexico, absolutely. But right now, today, many of these border communities are incredibly safe. People are going back and forth every single day. And, you know, the images you see in movies like Sicario are not the reality right now.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would say that the border has never been more secure in the history of the United States-Mexico border. You are today seeing record low numbers of apprehensions, under 400,000. Compare that to the start of this century, year 2000, you had 1.6 million plus apprehensions. And when we see surges in apprehensions, those are typically Central Americans turning themselves in, not trying to evade detection or apprehension. In the last 10 years, you've doubled the size of the Border Patrol from 10,000 to 20,000 agents. You've nearly tripled total border security spending to $18 billion. In 2005, just about 10 years ago, the average agent on the southern border made 106 apprehensions a year. Last year, the average agent made 17 apprehensions, and in the El Paso sector, the average agent made 6 apprehensions for the entire year. So you're really seeing the law of diminishing returns come into effect. And the consequence of continued obsession on border security is twofold. One, we will waste taxpayer resources on a problem that we really do not have. You talk to the Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security, the Director of the National Counterterrorism Center, the Director of the FBI. There has never been, nor is there now, any terrorist activity, plot, or action connected to the southern border. Doesn't mean we shouldn't remain vigilant against that, and we are. That $18 billion, those 20,000 agents, the preponderance of federal law enforcement that's located at the border is going to ensure that we are vigilant. But the second consequence is that when we are focused where the problem is not, we are taking our eye off the ball where the problem is, where terrorists do come into our country at our international airports, at student visa and visa overstays, at our northern border, and homegrown radicalization in communities throughout the country. And so we need to dispense with this myth that the border is insecure. It is as secure. I mean, the data, the facts tell us precisely that. It is more secure than it has ever been. And I think that more dollars spent get ever less smaller marginal improvements. It's really time to focus on, as Will says, the men and women in blue, the Customs and Border Protection officers who facilitate trade and lawful cross-border traffic and mobility there. That's when we really begin to realize the opportunity that we have on the border.